I want to remember my list of errands in order so that I can get around town without backtracking. Places I've got to go are the hardware store, the post office, the supermarket, and the bank. Now in this case, let's use the alphabet system to remember these things in order. Now this system is very similar to the number shape system we discussed in the previous chapter. But in this system, each of the 26 letters of the English alphabet is assigned an image, and that image is linked to it if you want to remember something. Now you can memorize longer lists with the alphabet system than you can with numbers and shapes. And your recall of the list, best of all, is not dependent on the previous item in the list. Creating alphabet images using the alphabet system does require a little preparation because you've got to assign an image to each letter of the alphabet. You've got to remember it too. So you want to try to make that image sound as phonetically similar to the letter as possible. For instance, the letter C, you could remember C like the ocean because they sound exactly alike. If that's not possible, try to pick an image which starts with the same letter as the alphabet letter you're working with. But the alphabet system, remember, only works if you can actually remember it. If you already associate a letter with an image, keep it. Now here's a few examples of how to use the alphabet system. A, ailment. B, bee, like a bumblebee. C, sea, like the ocean. And D, deer. All right, let's put it all together and use it for my list now. A, ailment, and hardware. Now imagine a hammer hitting your thumb. That's an ailment for sure. B, bee, and post office. Maybe visualize a postal worker as a busy bee. That's not too hard to do, right? Filing letters. The third letter of the alphabet is C. Third stop on my list is the supermarket. So maybe this is crazy, but I'm going to think about shoppers pushing their carts into the sea. That will stick. And finally, the fourth place I have to go is the bank. D starts with the same letter as deer, and in order to make this stick in my mind, I'm going to envision Bambi holding up the bank. I mean, he's had a few issues ever since the whole thing with the hunter and his mom, you know. Bambi's been off the reservation. Now, this may sound silly, but the bottom line is, the odder the picture, the more strange, the better it's going to stick in your mind, and the more easily you will remember it. Speaking of which, looks like I'm in the wrong place. I'm supposed to be at the hardware store now.